What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to JD Plays Ark Survival Evolved. And the 2.5.1 or .2 version has been released with some new stuff added, some stuff corrected. It should be interesting. I've already updated. And this is day 2 for us on our little center Let's Play server. Yesterday we got started with getting a thatch house, kind of off the ground, and getting us a couple of dodos stored away. So see how that goes today. The mod that it's loading, I think I mentioned this yesterday in the commentary, is Structures Plus, aka S Plus. Basically it is a vanilla improvement mod that adds triangular foundations and allows for foundation stacking and a few other quality of life improvements that the game probably should have by default but doesn't. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so let's see how our dodos are doing. We still got 2 dodos, so that's good. That's definitely a good thing. No eggs or anything yet. That's okay. We don't need we got some rotten meat though. And do we have any narco berries? No, looks like all of our narco berries rotted away. That's kind of sucks. Alright, so we tossed most of our gear last night onto the birds. I'm not sure where my tools went. It seems like I died or something because I spawned outside of the... Oh, I may have had my tools with me when I jumped off. That's probably what happened. So yeah, I was silly and jumped off of my tools and died with those. So there it goes. So used to, there was this skill here called crafting speed. And that's been taken away and replaced with crafting skill, which once you get 100 points of it now, increases the durability of an item by 33%. And it looks like they've refunded all of my points so I can spend them where I want. And would you look at that? I'm starting to grow a beard, getting some hair on the old nugget, on the coconut. So that's nice. So we've got 6 points that we can spend right now. We had been putting them all into melee damage. I'm considering putting them all back into melee damage right now. I think I'm going to put them all back into melee damage. If I were to put them into weight, I would be able to hold 60 pounds more than I can carry now. If I were to put them into run speed, I would get to 112% movement speed. And if I were to put them into fortitude, I think I would get like 12% fortitude. So for now, the best bet to me seems like I should just go back with melee damage again. That's what I tend to like going with, is melee in the beginning. So I'm just going to put them back in there. Oh, and actually, okay, this is interesting. Oh, so here's all the S plus stuff. Transparency cycler. Okay, I'll have to see what these things do later. That's pretty cool. These are all 0-point Ingrams. I guess we'll learn all these. Okay. I don't know what those are for, but we've got them now. So you can see that there are several S plus things around here. So like once you learn Thatch Foundation, you can learn the stackable Thatch Foundation. That's pretty awesome. Okay. I've never really used mods in Ark before, so this is going to be something really new for me. Anyways, what's the difference here? Perfect for keeping staying warm, providing light. Okay, same thing. I guess once I learn. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get what we had yesterday. So caps. I think we had boots. We had the foundation, this, and this. Cancel. This. Okay, and then we hadn't learned anything down here yet, but we had learned this. Okay, and we had learned bed, which we needed sleeping bag to learn bed. Okay. So apparently there's now an S plus bed, snaps to each other. Press G to disable. So this bed will allow me to build snapping beds. That's cool. What does this do? Okay, so basically these are snaps. Cool. I don't know what the difference is between the S plus stuff. We're going to go ahead and learn it. I don't know what the difference between the S plus buildings are and the regulars, but we're going to learn them. Just so that I have them, and we'll figure it out as we go. Alright, right on. So, we need to go get ourselves some new tools, obviously, because I died with mine. And we don't want to piss off that bird, because we saw at the end of the episode just how kind-hearted birds really are. Alright, there's the one piece of wood we need. Now we need a rock from somewhere. Should be some rocks laying around here. There we go. So once you have an item down on your toolbar, I just hit 1 if you didn't notice, and it's crafting the pick for me. I don't have to go into my inventory and get that out to craft it. So there's my pickaxe and my hatchet. All right. Let's see what else we can do here. All right, so right now, name of the game, you know, we're still kind of just working on level grinding. So I'm going to grab myself a bunch of thatch, some stone, some wood, and hopefully we're going to start getting a little bit closer to getting those wooden foundations that we need. But for the time being, we will do some crafting with thatch, and so we're going to need tons of thatch for that. And these big trees like this are really good for harvesting thatch out of. Like there's another one right back over there. We want to do our best not to force those to stop spawning, but obviously we're going to lose some of them in the process. Now let's get some actual... Hey, look. There's the little guy that wants to die. I just saw him. Where'd he go? I just saw... I'm not sure. I thought I saw a Lystrasaur. Maybe I'm just crazy, though. That's possible. Very possible. So Ark has been doing a lot of work getting the game ready to go because they finally have announced a actual release date. They're coming out of early access. Pardon me. Which I think is wonderful because the game's been in early access for 2 years and it's been very polished. Now there's been bugs and stuff, but for an early access game compared to most, it's extremely polished, and I'm happy to see that they're finally taking that next big step. Okay, so now we can start learning cooking pots. We've already got our bed. Can be pin coded, can pull resources from... Ooh! This one can pull resources from nearby containers. That is awesome. Alright, is there anything right here that I need? I don't think there's anything on this tier that I need. We're going to start getting, once we get to 11 is where we unlock our wooden stuff, and that's going to be super big for us. Prior to that, let's go ahead and pick up narcotics because they'll help us level quite a bit. And let's go ahead and pick up spark powder because it'll also help us level some. Not nearly as much, but it's just a good burning material in general to have. Now I just picked up quite a chunk of wood, and what I'm going to do is, so what does this do? Allows you to pick the model of glass items from a distance. Nice, okay. Right click when facing a structure to set its model to the gun. Subsequent shots will then apply that model. Okay. Light setter allows you to change the light settings of multi-lamps from a distance. Okay. Right click to toggle mode between pickup and demolish. Demo gun. Okay, that's interesting. And repairs items by shooting them. Okay, that might seem a little cheaty. We'll have to see how that works. If it does, I won't be using that. Allows you to pull resources into any container or crafting station. That seems a little cheaty too. I'm not sure we'll be using that. Right click to set a source dino or container. Left click to transfer from source to target. Press G to set yourself as a source. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see what that does. Allows you to change the transparency of glass items. Okay. And bullets from inventory to a turret. Okay. Alright, those are interesting. Don't plan on using any of them, but interesting. Alright, we need to get a bunch of stone and a bunch of hide so we can get our first mortar and pestle set up. But before we do that, we need to make some more foundations. Now, I wonder if I get the same amount of experience for making one of these foundations. Let's take a look here. We're going to make 1 and 1. So we're at 275 XP. I finished this craft. We jumped up to 278.6, so 3.5. And yeah, 3.5. Nice. Alright, so let's see how these work differently in the same. I have a feeling that this one, while looking solid, which I think is a good thing, is now stackable on top of other foundations as well. So we're going to find that out right quick. So it does snap as expected, and it can replace. That's cool. Can it stack? Is that what? I know that we can stack foundations. Maybe you can only stack foundations on foundations. I don't know. But let's see, what is this? We are 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put one here. And if we take that, I can snap to it. Cool. All right, let's snap that on there. There we go. All right, how many of these foundations can we make? I actually like how those look a little bit better. They're a little more special to me. Let's make all of these. Try to get some leveling off of crafting foundations here if we can. So we'll put one here. Whoops. Ah, yeah, you can stack on top of these. These are way better. Nice. I like it. Whoa, they greatly changed that lightning effect. There were apparently a lot of graphical updates in today's patch notes. So that is very cool. I want to see that lightning. The flash is insane on it. But it's not all dark and cloudy like it usually is either. That's kind of odd. I guess it kind of is. It's getting darker maybe. They're supposed to have fixed a lot of lighting issues as well. I don't know how well they actually did any of that. But supposedly, you know. These things have happened. So what I'm doing, the reason I'm building this big space is this is what I want my base to be kind of laid out as when we... Nice, it's getting darker and cloudier as it rains. That's cool. I'm kind of laying the base for you know, future expansion. Obviously, you know, a little 1x1 room shack is not going to quite be big enough to do everything we need to do. So we're just kind of getting things ready to go long term with what's going to go on with my base here. Now I do need to get some more dodos because we need to start getting dodo eggs. And the reason for that is both, I think I mentioned this last night, both as a food source and because we're going to use dodo eggs as a part of a recipe to make a substance called kibble. And kibble is used for taming dinos at a very high and very efficient rate. It's kind of key to getting your, you know, upper tier dinos and doing it easily. That lightning effect is crazy, I will say that. I will definitely agree with them on that is an improvement for sure. Did I put my armor on? Nope. Let's put this on before I freeze to death. Apparently I did not keep my cap. So there's our armor. Let's apply our little safari hat skin so we're looking quite brotatious. Sometimes when you find little spots in the rocks like this that you can get right under, like here. So yeah, this is considered housing. So I'm out of the storm. So if the storm is bothering you, you can always find a little spot like that and just hop under there if you wanted to. Alright, so we've got enough to do, looks like, roughly 2 crafts before we need more thatch. So let's get more thatch now. I should repair that bad mamma jamma. In the meantime, we'll go get these things placed. Now I do feel like I want to replace these old foundations with these new ones just because I feel they're a bit better. So I probably will actually replace all these right here. Alright, what do are we missing? We're missing thatch. That's exactly what I expected to be missing. Now, if I use my pickaxe on this rock, I'm going to get back flint. But if I use my axe, I'm going to get back stone. So why do I want to get a bunch of stone right now when I'm not really using stone for building? Well, that's another little trick I'm going to show you guys. So I don't want my dodos, you know, roving about the world and getting themselves killed. That would be bad. So one of the things that I can do is I can come in here and I can load my dodos up with stone like this, right? And it maxes out their weight capacity very rapidly. But once they're full on weight, they can no longer just roam about wherever they please and get themselves into bad situations. So weighing your dodos down is not exactly a bad idea. So we do have a hide on this person. We've got berries on this one. Okay. Put some more berries in there for her. She's also holding some spoiled meat, which will come in handy here in a bit. Alright, so what were we in need of? Not that. Right here. We are in need of thatch. I could make my dodos follow me around and be able to carry even more. But really, until I start learning how to make storage containers, I don't really have a place to store anything right now. So, you know, I just kind of run back and forth. And even if I were to bring the dodos out with me, once I filled them up, I would have to walk them home, and they'd be all slow and full. And then I wouldn't be able to really do anything else. There's no advantage to it other than just, you know, if I were gathering a bunch of building materials, I guess I could gather them all in one go without having to come back home. That's about really the only advantage I see. There we go. All right. So our foundations are now full, solid structures plus foundations. All right. Let's put some more points into melee damage so that we're gathering even more. And this is going to bump us down to being able to learn a very important item. That item is the bola. The bola makes it where we can now legitimately begin to hunt effectively. Because we can use that bola to pin enemies down for us, right? So what does it take to make a bola? Bolas are super important to me early game. Let's bring this down here, in fact. So for a bola, we're going to need 3 hides, some stone, some thatch, and some fiber, I believe. Yep. So we need to find a couple of hides to get us started, and then we're going to be able to go crazy with it. No, I'm still like all weighed down and stuff. We'll do some hunting in just a minute. We're not going to yet. Alright, oh, I did not mean to do that. I wish I could cancel that. It's alright, we'll do it. We'll get half of those resources back. We'll just call that an XP craft. So we'll put that there. And really, I could put, you know, place right beside it and no one would ever know the difference, but I would, and it's going to bother me. So, what I'm thinking about doing, though, is making this little area of grass. I could turn this into a little pen and just make this my dodo pen. Now, I'm going to make this my base. This is too nice for the dodos, and I need a place to live. Oh, I wish I could get this plant out of this rock. It's annoying. Apparently, one of the settings they've now added is they made it where your servers can now allow permission for buildings to clip into rocks, which is kind of cool. I could see some usefulness for that, especially if you wanted to build a base that's kind of looks like it's emerging from the rocks. That would be pretty awesome. Hey, there's a parasaur right there. Let's I wish I had a bola right now. Wonder what he's level 10. She's level 10. Let's see if we can kill her. Supposedly they also fixed the mob AI where they won't just stand there and run into rocks anymore. So I don't know how well that's gonna work out for me when I'm trying to hunt things. It's looking like it's not working out very well for me at all, to be perfectly honest. No, I did it again. I don't want that. I want to cancel this. I don't like that there's not really a way to cancel building things. It's very memeish. Oh, dang it, come back. I wanted to kill you. And that's where a bola would have come in super freaking handy is bullying this parasaur to kill it. And now we're going to have to try to chase it over here, and it's just going to... I'll give them credit, their AI is better than it used to be. Used to, that thing would have gotten stuck on those rocks over there, and I would have just beaten the living crap out of it with my axe. But now it looks like if it's going to be blocked, it's just going to turn and say, nope. I didn't even hit it once? What? Alright, I'm not just going to keep chasing that thing in circles. It's not worth it to me. Alright, what do I need to build more of these? Thatch. Let's go ahead and demolish this one. Fancy. We just need to build, what, 5 more? And we'll have this whole place boxed in. Nice. How are we doing on resources for it? We need thatch and fiber. What a surprise. This should give me a considerable amount of thatch right here. There we go, 130 thatch. Start grabbing some fiber right here, and maybe we'll be able to find some dodos to get, to kill to get our first bola made. Once we get a bola and we can bola like a parasaur, that's going to give us a considerable amount of hides. And we're going to need some hides, so one way or another, we're going to have to deal with that here in just a minute. Okay, gotta watch that weight. We don't want to get too overweight when we're so far away from the house. So I'll kind of walk back, just stripping the plants as we go. And we'll go ahead and start building these now. We got one more that I meant to get, so we'll need to make 3 more after these 2 are done. So there's 1, 2, and here come the other 3. We will have our base pad. Beautiful. Now we can pick these up. That's cool. Didn't realize that was a thing. Oh, look, a yellow crystal. That'd be nice if I could only open that thing. So the S plus things are pretty awesome, actually. Not sure, I have to be careful when I use mods, because if I feel a mod is like brokenly overpowered, like it gives a massively unfair advantage, or in any way, really takes away from the difficulty level of the game without adding something back to make it balanced, I won't use it. One of my biggest complaints with Ark has always been the base building, options you have available to you. Without doing a lot of buggy, glitchy foundation building, you can't really do a whole lot outside of just your basic, box building, and that's not exactly fun, in my opinion. So the fact that S Plus kind of adds these additional ways to build bases is a big deal to me. I just want to make sure that most of the things that could be contained in it that are considered other quality of life improvements don't take away from the difficulty level of the game. Now I see a Lysosaur over here. And I would like to kill it. Because I want its hides. I've also seen other things running around the forest, and I don't want them to attack me. Alright, so we got some hide right there. Beautiful. Alright, what are we missing for Ebola? Some stone. Let's get some stone right here. Oh, come on. Tools always breaking. It feels like my tools are breaking a lot more rapidly than they used to. I wonder if they changed tool durability. Alright, so we've got our first couple of bolas here. Those are going to come in super useful. And as long as we're not silly about it, the bola really should kind of pay for itself. That's enough stone. So, alright. We've got our first target right there. Excuse me. Let's get our bola out. We'll put it on 3. And all you do with the bola is you whip this sucker out, swing it around above your head. Oh, I didn't realize I had crosshairs enabled. Awesome. We bolaed that bad boy. I may turn those off. We'll see. And now we can go thwack it in the face. And it can't run from me. And that's awesome. So that cost me 3 hide to make that bola. Let's see how much we get back. Well, we already got 4. And still gaining. So absolutely worth it. Worth every penny. That's 10 times the amount of hide we invested into that. I will take that. What do you got here? Little lost dodo? Oh, it's a male. You're not worth anything to me. I'm sorry, big boy. But you are worth me smacking in the head. More hides. Beautiful. Alright. Whoa, that's bad. That's a bug. Bugs are bad, okay? Right now it's only 1, but generally if there's 1, there's more. Oh, there's another one. Oh, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna die. It's going to eat me. Oh, I killed it. But I'm sure there are more of them. So bugs give meat and chitin. And chitin is a very important material. But it's very rare that you find bugs in just little packs of 1 or 2. There's almost always like 5 or 10 of them. So I'm slightly amazed by that. Alright, what did we open right there? That's level 10. So at this point we could get bow and arrow. Or even small crop plots. The problem with getting the bow and arrow is we would need to have also already purchased slingshots, which we haven't bought yet. Bow and arrow is very powerful. Crop plots are going to allow us to start growing things, but we're going to need to be able to fertilize them. And obviously we fertilize things with poop. So I'm thinking maybe we go with our next level we're going to unlock wooden stuff. And I don't think we really want to go to crop plots just yet. So I'm thinking let's do 12 points. Let's get ourselves a container, a campfire, and some gloves finally. So crafting. Should have gloves. What are we missing? Fiber. Of course we're missing fiber. But now we can cook, right? Now we can make campfires and we can cook things. That's good. Super good, actually. But we need some fiber here. So I can make myself an awesome pair of gloves. Now, bolas are not just good for land animals, by the way. They're also very good for flying creatures. Like those annoying birds that were robbing me the other day. Remember that guy? He was so kind, right? And how he just took all my stuff and was flying around, pecking me incessantly. And what a great time we all had together. Yeah, I remember that guy too. I absolutely want to murder those guys every time I see them. Excuse me again. Alright, how much fiber do I need? I need 3. Let's get ourselves a pair of gloves made. Heck yeah, man. We're finally going to have full clothing. Got the foundations for our starter base laid out. Got bolas now. Where's one of those birds? I know I saw one. Well, that's a Dimorphodon. That's not really what I'm looking for. I think that you can bola Dimorphodons. Let's find out. Level 9. Bola. Oh yeah, you're bola, big boy. Now, keep in mind that this is a flying dino. And Dimorphodons, they're not exactly aggressive by any means. But, yeah, there's another one. This is exactly what I was worried about. Where there's one, there's usually more than one. And here there happen to be a bunch. We're going to die now. So be careful attacking things that are small like that, especially if they fly, because usually they're gonna have their vengeance on you. But fortunately, we've got a bed, so we're able to respawn quickly and get back over there, get our body, and get back over here. Now we got some poop. Too bad we don't have any crop plots yet. Now we can't really store poop very well at the moment because it's just gonna rot in our inventory. It'll last longer than if it was on the ground, but it's still just going to rot. If I had taken crop plots, that's one advantage of having them, is just being able to store poop if you're planning on leveling up fast enough to where you can get to compost bins. Oh, they added this in. Nice. So this beam now lets you find where you've most recently died. Another quality of life improvement from Arc game devs. Alright. So take all your items off of your body. Don't try to equip them at the same time using the hotkeys, or you'll just put them back on the dead body. Alright, so I wasted one of my bolas right there, trying to throw it at the dimorphodons that were in the air. You can absolutely peg something in the air if you're, super aim or get really lucky. But it's hard. I've brought down a pteranodon before, but it was super lucky, I'm not going to lie. So here's that evil bird. I haven't seen any other birds, but this guy, him and his homie, they attacked me yesterday, so I'm definitely going to have my vengeance on this guy. And let's see if a friend of his shows up at all to try to attack me. Oh, there's a Trudon right there. That Trudon will probably want to eat me because he's going to want to eat this body. 22 hides off that bird. So Trudons are dangerous because they're almost never alone. So if you see those little dudes, you might want to start kind of trying to book it home, or at least book it away from them, because they can make you have a bad day. They're kind of weird and sketchy about how they aggro though, so, just use judgment. Use your best judgment, you'll be okay. Alright, we had tried to kill this parasaur earlier and couldn't, and apparently now this parasaur has laid an egg. There's a parasaur egg right over there. So let's go pay him another visit. And you are going to become hide for the hide machine. Oh no. If we don't break all of our tools in the process. Going for them headshots. Tool number 2. And your bolas are not infinite, so if you don't kill the mob fast enough, that bola is going to fall off and they are going to start running. And I think it takes 3 seconds after something gets out of a bola before you can bola them again. The bolas also work on players for PvP, so keep that in mind. And I mean, very quickly we've racked up over 100 hides, and that's more or less what I was actually out hunting for, because that lets me make more bolas, and it's also what we needed to be able to make our mortar and pestle. So let's head inside for a second. And it's also a good experience just to be able to hunt like that, you know what I mean? So mortar and pestle, what are we lacking? We need stone. Well, let's remember we put stone on this dude, so we've got some stone. Hey, there's my hat. Alright, so let's make a mortar and pestle. Now I can make an S+ mortar and pestle, right? This one right here? Yeah, let's make one of these. Same exact resource requirements, okay. Let's put this down here. And just for funsies, we're gonna set this guy down. Let's put him right here. Well, hold on, before we put him down, can I make a box? What am I missing for a box? I'm missing some fiber. Let's get some fiber right quick. Definitely weighed down at the moment. Slow down. And we're about to end this episode real quick. I want to get our mortar and pestle down, and I want to get our first storage box down. Maybe even a campfire, we'll see. Let's make one of these. Let's go ahead and make one. Oh, no. Cancel that. Did I get the S+ campfire? Ingrams. Right here, so I don't know what the difference is. I'm assuming with a lot of these things that are S+, and I don't think I did it for the storage container either, dang it. Right here. I'm assuming that we can pick these things up and whatnot. Is what, if I had to guess. So let's put this box. so we got us a box. Door still opens. Good. Okay. So let's put our mortar and pestle down right beside this box. Just so I can test something. Okay. So I'm assuming that if I put this stuff in here, can this thing act? Nope, it can't access it. I wonder if I had built my box. Let's see, hold on. Crafting. Is this the S? This is right here. Alright, so we need. Let's grab a little more fiber. I want to test that S plus box out before we end this one. Okay, there we go. So let's do a craft of an S plus. Oh, come on, one fiber. So many thunderstorms, lightning storms. Alright, so if we demo this, we'll take out what was inside of it. And we put this bad mama jam on our bar. Now this says that we can hold G and snap or something. I don't know, but this thing clips a lot better than the other one did. That's kind of wild. So when you're placing stuff, sometimes it works better to use this, what's called K camera. You hit, if you're on PC, you hit K, and you kind of get this overhead view that doesn't allow the box to rotate any longer. But you can really kind of get an idea of lining things up and just move it right where you want it. And I want it to be right on the edge of that, not inside of it. So I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Now, with that, it says it can pull from nearby inventories. I really want to see how that works. How can it pull from nearby inventories? Pull resources. Show pull range. Oh, wow. That's insane that it... Whoa. Okay. I can pick it up. Cool. I can rename it. Pin code it. Hide the pull range. Yeah, let's hide the pull range. So if I pull resources right now... Oh, this is sick. So if I wanted to pull, say, narco berries. So... Narco berry. I can pull them out of the dodo? What? Pull those in. And then if I want to pull, say, spoiled meat... Oh man, that's awesome. That is awesome. I really, really like that. Because that's, I mean, what's the difference in me walking around and going and getting everything and just pulling it in like that? That's pretty sick. I like that. Alright, so being able to craft narcotics is super important. Increases your health but puts you to sleep. We use this when we're taming dinos. But not only for that, we also use this as a way to level up. These things give excellent experience. So if we're going to go ahead and craft 7 of them. So if we check right now, I can't really see what my XP bar is, but we're going to gain a level right off the bat, or at least pretty quick. I hate that they don't have better UI coloring right there. Let's go inside because we're freezing. We're becoming ice cubes out there. Alright, so we gained a level. Let's go ahead and put that into melee. We're up to 150. Alright, now we can see what we're going to hopefully gain. 557, so 561. So we gain about 4 experience every time we craft a narcotic. And rather than using a single narco berry to knock out a dinosaur, we can now use these narcotics, which are a little bit more effective. 5 narco berries would usually do, I think, about 35 torpor, whereas a single narcotic does, I think, 37.5. So it's only two and a half more seconds, but still, that's time that I didn't have to, you know, that's extra berries I didn't have to spend, more or less, is what I'm getting at. Mayho berries are very valuable, obviously. Alright. With that, guys, I think I'm going to call that the end of this episode. So, as always, if you liked it, like it. And if you'd like to see more, like it. Click that subscribe button. Give me some feedback on the channel. Let me know what you think. I do try to do a lot of live streaming. I probably won't live stream this single-player version, but I have another server where I've been streaming from, where I'm kind of building in the same area, and I'm quite a bit further advanced. But I tend to stream there, and I'm willing to mess around there more, and maybe eventually start playing with some fans, subscribers, things like that. I do a lot of playing with my guild on some of these servers, and yeah, that's it, man. So hopefully you're all enjoying the new series, and I'll see you all next time. Y'all take it easy, guys.